It's fall, and you're probably eager to get planting. So let's talk about the best way to get started right now. While the ideal time to plant a guava tree in the ground is early spring, fall is actually the perfect time to get a head start. Planting in spring gives your young tree the entire growing season to establish a strong root system before its first winter. But that doesn't mean you have to wait. You have two great options for this time of year. First, you can use the fall to prepare the perfect spot for your tree. Spend time now improving your soil and picking a sunny location, so when spring arrives, you're ready to plant without delay. Your second option, and the one for those of us who can't wait to get growing, is to start your guava tree in a container. You can plant a young tree in a large pot now and keep it in a protected spot through the winter. For those in colder climates, this means you can bring it indoors. Then, when the weather warms up, you can decide whether to transplant it into the garden or keep it as a patio plant. Now that you have a plan, let's focus on the soil your tree will live in. Guavas are pretty adaptable, but they truly flourish in soil that is well-draining, packed with organic matter, and has a pH level between 5 and 7. First up, well-draining. You'll hear this term a lot, and it just means that water doesn't hang around and create a swamp. Guavas absolutely hate having wet feet, which can cause root rot, a disease that can quickly kill a tree. A quick way to test your drainage is to dig a hole about a foot deep, fill it with water, and see how long it takes to drain. If it's gone in an hour or two, you're in good shape. Next, let's talk about enriching the soil. This is where the magic happens. Before you plant, mix in generous amounts of compost or well-rotted manure with your native soil. A good rule of thumb is about 1 part compost to 2 parts garden soil. This simple step does 2 amazing things. In heavy clay, it improves drainage, and in sandy soil, it helps hold onto moisture and nutrients. Finally, that pH of 5 to 7 is a slightly acidic to neutral range, where the tree can easily absorb nutrients. You can grab a simple soil test kit from any garden center. If you find your soil is a bit off, adding organic matter like compost will naturally help balance the pH over time. Just like with real estate, success comes down to location, location, location. For a guava tree, prime real estate means full, direct sun. These are tropical plants and they are total sun worshippers. To get the energy for strong growth and, most importantly, lots of fruit, your tree needs at least 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight every single day. When you're scouting for a spot, watch how the sun moves across your yard. A place that looks sunny in the morning might be in the shade by the afternoon. A lack of sun will give you a leggy tree, tall, thin, and sad-looking, and it definitely won't give you much fruit. Besides sun, think about wind. While a nice breeze is good, strong, constant winds can be stressful for a young tree. If you're in a windy spot, try to plant near a fence, a wall, or some shrubs that can act as a natural windbreak, which will help your tree feel safe and protected as it gets settled. So one of the most common rookie mistakes is thinking more water is always better. With guavas, that's a fast track to problems. The real key isn't how often you water, but how consistently you keep the soil moist, not soggy. For the first week after planting, water your tree every other day. This helps the soil settle and gives the roots the steady moisture they need to recover from being transplanted. After that initial week, you can switch to a deeper, less frequent watering schedule. Watering deeply, once or twice a week, should be plenty for the first growing season, depending on the weather. Deep watering encourages the roots to grow down, creating a stronger, more drought-tolerant tree. The best way to know when it's time to water? The finger test. Just stick your finger about 2 inches into the soil. If it feels dry, it's time to water. If it's still damp, wait another day or 2. It's a much more reliable method than a rigid schedule. If you want to give your guava tree a huge advantage, especially in its first few years, you need to get it some mulch. Spreading a 2 to 4 inch layer of organic mulch like wood chips or bark around the base of your tree is one of the easiest and best things you can do. Mulch is a superstar for a few reasons. It holds moisture in the soil, which means you water less. It blocks weeds, so your tree isn't fighting for nutrients. It also keeps the soil temperature stable, cooler in the summer and warmer in the winter. and as it breaks down, it slowly enriches the soil. Just remember the one crucial rule of mulching. Keep it from piling up against the trunk. Leave a little donut of space, about 8 to 12 inches wide, around the base of the tree. This gap allows for air circulation and prevents moisture from getting trapped against the bark, which can cause rot and disease. For those of us who can't wait for fresh guavas, how you start is a big deal. You can grow a tree from seed, but it might take up to 8 years to see any fruit, and there's no guarantee it will taste great. That's why most gardeners start with a young tree grown from a cutting or a graft. These are clones of a parent plant with proven delicious fruit, and they can start producing in just a few years. When you're ready to plant, dig a hole that's about twice as wide as the container it came in and just as deep. Gently loosen the roots, place the tree in the hole, and backfill it. If you're planting more than one, give them room to grow. Aim for about 15 to 25 feet between trees. This ensures they won't be competing for sun and air down the road. And as we mentioned, starting in a container is a fantastic option. Just pick a large container, at least 18 to 24 inches across, with great drainage holes. Use a good potting mix and remember that container plants need water and fertilizer more often since they dry out faster. And in colder climates, a pot gives you a huge advantage. You can bring your tree inside to a sunny spot to protect it from winter frost. Following these basic steps will put your guava tree on the fast track to a long, fruitful life. If you found these tips helpful, please give this video a like and subscribe for more simple gardening guides. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next video. We'd love to hear from you in the comments. What kind of guava are you dreaming of growing? And that's it, the simple foundational steps to get you growing with confidence. Prepare your spot this fall, build rich soil, find a sunny location, water deeply, and add a layer of mulch. The dream of harvesting your own fragrant, delicious guavas is absolutely within your reach. Start here and you'll be on your way to a beautiful, thriving tree.